Okay, now that I'm done researching all this stuff, which I'm sure I'm not done, I'll probably dig into it some more, but I pretty much threw up all the information in the comment section in Dave's Voice of America group for videos and stuff, and in Team 3%, and also on my page. After everything that I've read and seen with the videos and the references and the historical documents, our founders talking about this, what am I supposed to do? Just not post it, not give the information? I had somebody say I was paranoid and I shouldn't be worried about it, that I should be worried about the Muslims. Okay, we're all worried about the Muslims, but do you not understand that the people that are in our government, are in our country, who are our enemies, who are saying that we are terrorists because we believe in the Constitution, and these people are very, 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 very wealthy, some of them more wealthy than kings? Do you not think that maybe they might be funding these people using our own tax money? I mean, come on. I mean, it's proven fact. Our founders are talking about it. U.S. generals have talked about it. I've given all the references. Then you look at the videos of them talking about wanting a new world order. And if anybody wants to question the one about Walter Cronkite, if you actually type in, if you look in the background, people need to start noticing that kind of stuff. Because I actually, when I first saw that video, I thought, wait a minute, I need to see if I can find the full speech on this. And I actually went to YouTube and typed in World Federalists Association speeches on YouTube, and I found the full speech. So that's vetted and it's verified. He did say that. You can go on there and find it yourself. So it's not like they're not admitting there's a majority of them that run the banks and are in these major organizations. They're admitting what they're doing in their own words. We have people from the left and the right talking about New World Order. Well, where did it stem from? Let's follow it back. That's what I did. And it's all there for you. So, no, I'm not paranoid. I've asked the questions and I found my answers. If you want to fix the problem that's going on in this country, you have to identify who's the source of the problem, where it's coming from. And when you got the people admitting they're part of it, well, then you know where to go, don't you? If you don't know who your enemy is, how are you ever going to fight back if you don't know who they are or how they think? They can't help but brag about it. So it's not like it's a secret. It's right there. Now, you're not going to see it on mainstream media. Oh, it's not true because I didn't see it on MSNBC, or I didn't see it on Fox, or I didn't see it on CNN. So it's not true. Bullshit. It's been talked about throughout history by our presidents, by our founders, by those presidents who were assassinated. I wonder why they were assassinated. Oh, let's take the media's version of why they're assassinated. No. Not me. How many times we've been lied to from the media? How many times have we been lied to by this administration and the last administration? Too many times to count. How many times has this administration committed treason? How many times has this administration broke our laws? How many times has this administration and those who sit in government that are allowing it to happen, shredding our Constitution and violating our rights? How many times? Can't count how many. So you think they're actually, the people that are involved right now are actually going to stand up for us and say something for us? No, they're not. the people of this country coming together and uniting, realizing the truth for what it is, knowing their enemy, and seeing it written in black and white throughout time. That's the only way we're going to fix this. It's not going to be the government. It's not going to be the media. It's not, like I said before, there is no superhero or one Superman that's going to come out of the shadows and save this country. It's going to take all men and all women from all different cultures and backgrounds, from all different religions, coming together for freedom to get this country back on track. That's what it's going to take. And you can sit and you can argue about it all day long, and it's not going to change. The enemy's still going to be the enemy, and they're still going to have the same agenda. And it's right there for you. Your founders told you, the generals have told you, the independent media, people like us that go and research and dig and dig and dig and dig for years are telling you this stuff. You think, well, you know, Glenn Beck's going to cover it, or Alex Jones is going to cover it all, or whatever. These people can't do it all, you guys. It's going to take all of us to do it. So, as far as the history goes, the history's there. It's historically documented. You know, it's not like some modern person had some kind of sway over what some woman wrote about the enemies of America, the Jesuit order, from 1865. Okay? They didn't have TV in 1865. So, I mean, it was published in 1865. This is not something I got off of some blog. It's referenced. I just don't understand some people. Why are you so paranoid about that? Because these are the people that's doing all this shit. Don't you understand that? And it's been proven over and over again. If you take a story, I don't care how modern or old it is, and you trace it back to the same families every single time, or the same organizations every single time, then, yeah, they're guilty as hell. Hello? I mean, you can go back and you can actually study Napoleon and the wars with that. You can even go back and read John Adams' letters where he's talking about Napoleon and this Jesuit order being involved in it. And these bankers, which I don't know if they called them bankers back then, funding them. You go back to the Civil War, same damn shit. It's all written there in historical documents. Yet these people are still in the country. They've been here since our founding. Pointing to the same people. But just because they're influential and they have all this money and they own media organizations and they're in the CFR and part of the government, people think, oh, well, we can't touch that now, can we? Bullshit. If they're the ones running the country and they're funding the son of a bitches that are our enemies, then it needs to be stopped. I don't give a shit how much money they have. I don't care. If you want to bitch about what's going on to you, and you want to say, well, I can't understand why I'm having to live paycheck to paycheck. Why I'm slaving away at this blue-collar job and I can't even afford to pay my mortgage. If I don't pay my taxes this year, they're going to take my house. Is it really your house? Look at the deed. Who owns it? I can't, oh, well, I paid all my bills this month. And I worked my ass off all week. They took them taxes out, but you know, I don't have any food in the refrigerator. We're eating beans or onions or bologna sandwiches. Well, you know, everybody I know has somebody they know or somebody in the family who has cancer, but yet we live in in modern times with modern medicine, and we've got these people who can create another human being using genetics, but we can't cure cancer. But they say marijuana cures it. Marijuana oil cures it. But we can't have that, can we? Because it can't be taxed. Why can't it be taxed? Because it can't be patented. But those pharmaceutical medicines that they give you when you're sick, then you take it and then something else goes wrong with you, those can be patented because they were created with chemicals. We find out, well, in 2009, the government patented Ebola. How can you patent something that is a natural virus? You can't. You have to change the strain. You have to take away from it or add something to it and make it your own in order to patent it. Common sense. Oh, I don't know, you know, people in Liberia, you know, Ebola's running rampant. Let's just fly them into the United States. Yeah, that's real smart. And then we'll get on the news and convince everybody that, you know, we're the United States and we can take care of our people. We got it covered. Don't worry. It's not going to break out. But we're just going to let them keep flying in. How many times have they been dropped on their head? It's bullshit. They're intentionally doing it. It's intentional. When you got the White House coming out saying we're not going to stop flights coming in and out of countries who are ravaged with Ebola. What does that tell you? You don't need any other article other than that. Ebola does not care about your social issues, where you come from, what color you are. It doesn't give a shit what color you are. It will kill you. Look at who's doing the shit. Look who's allowing it to happen. Who in the government or the CDC or the State Department or whatever branch you want to talk about, who's standing up and stopping them from coming in here? None of them. Who's stopping the government from shutting down the border because they know it's illegal to aid and abet people who are not illegally allowed to be in this country to cross the border? Who's stopping it? No branch of government's doing it, are they? So common sense should tell you, especially when your founding father Thomas Jefferson says a country without borders or a nation without borders is no longer a nation. That should tell you right there. We have an illegitimate government. They are not putting our interests and our safety first. They want to talk about safety all day long. They want to talk about ISIS all goddamn day long. And they know the son of a bitches are crossing the border, but shit, they just leave the son of a bitch wide open and take down our TARS air defense system in March of 2013. They knew then what they were going to do. So this bullshit about Obama having to wait on Congress to give them an answer is bullshit. They planned all of this. You don't have to be a college-educated PhD doctorate person to figure this shit out. It's common sense. Have you ever heard this? Whoever owns the media owns the mind. You know who said that? That was Jim Morrison that said that. Which, it's the truth. Who owns the media? Dig that shit up. Then you go through everything that I posted in the last 3 days and listen to what the hell they say. And then ask yourself if you're getting the full truth out of the media after that. We are the representatives of this country that we love. It is us. We the people. There is not going to be any grand person that you're going to be able to vote in that's going to help. Not one person. There is no one person that's going to fix this. It's going to have to take all of us. I mean, you look at our founding fathers. How many of them were there? They represented what? At the time, 13 colonies. They had, what, 13 representatives, maybe 3 per state or more, that came together, congregated to try to figure out what the hell was going on and how to fix it. We have to take action. We can't vote somebody in. We can't sit around and wait for it to happen. It's going to take more than one person to do it. And there's a lot of smart people in this group. I might be a little bit more boisterous and vocal about stuff than most. But there's a lot of smart people in this group that's been studying the history, that knows the law. And if you look at the enemy, they all have their groups. Their round table groups is what they're called. They have round table groups. They have different names, but they all have the same agenda. The destruction of the United States and the obliteration of the Constitution and our rights. They want to bring one world religion in, one world government. And they want to be the head of it. They want to take away your natural rights. And it doesn't matter who you see as your creator. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They don't care. So for you to sit there and argue with somebody who's in the same battle as you, trying to help, does no good. It doesn't do you any good to bash heads. You're either in it, you choose a side, you know your enemy, and you take care of business. Because while we're sitting here going in circles, every day that passes, we are in a survival situation, ladies and gentlemen. We are. If you ask any military man or anyone who is a Navy SEAL, they will tell you, in a survival situation, every second counts. Anything and everything that you can use to your exposure, no matter how small you think it is, may give you one more minute of survival. One more minute that could possibly save your life. We do not have time to waste. We do not have time to sit around and arguing with each other about religion. Because I can tell you right now, yeah, we're talking about religion and this is a religious order. But their agenda is power and control over you, over me, over your children, and over whatever religion that you feel that you want to practice. They're going to take that from you. And they're going to say, this is what you're going to believe. And if you don't believe it, we're burning you at the stake. Or putting you in front of a firing line. Do you understand that? I hope you understand that. The one thing that bonds us is freedom. And that is what they're after. They know if they can take that from us, then they can have complete control. I am not all-knowing. But I'm tired of sitting around wasting time and talking about bullshit. We know who's causing this. We know who it is. Now, what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it?